Viewer discretion is advised.
Tonight, a new development in the botched Harding Street drug raid. The two Houston police officers charged in the case were arrested by the FBI today.
They picked up Gerald Goines and Stephen Bryant at their homes this morning. This is our first look at the woman who was also arrested. Patricia Garcia lives in the neighborhood where the raid took place. Prosecutors say she made several fake 911 calls that led to the raid back in January, where 2 people were killed.
We have team coverage on today's developments. First up, Adam Bennett. He shows us what's in the federal indictment and what's next for the case. Adam?
Goines and that neighbor, Patricia Garcia, both head back to court Friday morning. But the judge gave Stephen Bryant a $50,000 unsecured bond. That means he can walk out of this building without paying a dime as long as he proves he has the assets. Goines is already facing state murder charges. These new federal charges are for allegedly depriving the victims of their constitutional rights. Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas were shot and killed inside their home on Harding Street during a no-knock police raid. Prosecutors say Goines falsely claimed both he and 2 confidential informants bought drugs at the Harding Street home. Bryant, like Goines, was charged with obstructing justice by falsifying records. Bryant pleaded not guilty to that one charge during the day's only arraignment.
It's basically the federal court equivalent of tampering with a government document. That's exactly what he's charged with in state court. So there's no new evidence, there's no new anything. It's just that the federal government decided to bring copycat charges against him.
Bryant faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Goines could serve up to life. And Garcia, the neighbor, she faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. Now this afternoon, Goines' attorney told us she's not aware of any relationship between her client and Garcia. Reporting from downtown, Adam Bennett, KHOU 11 News.
We've been waiting all day to see whether or not Patricia Garcia, the neighbor in question, would get released. She was released just moments ago, and as she came out of court, we tried to ask her some questions about these accusations. Take a look.
Do you have anything to say? Can you tell me about why you made that 911 call? Were you jealous of Regina Nicholas?
Patricia, your boyfriend said you were jealous of Regina, and that's why you made the call. Is that the case? Right there, Patricia Garcia did not say anything as she left the courthouse. Her boyfriend, on again, off again, boyfriend told me today that he believes she made that initial 911 call because she has been jealous of her neighbor, Regina Nicholas, and the relationship, the friendship both she and her husband had with her on again, off again boyfriend. And then investigators believe that 911 phone call then led to this messed up HPD narcotics investigation that led to that no-knock drug raid, that led to the shooting that tragically ended the lives of Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas. So a lot of moving parts. We know that Patricia Garcia will now get an appointed federal defender as she defends the charges against her. And tomorrow morning, we expect former police officer Gerald Goines to also face a judge. He is right now behind bars. He's also going to try to get bond.
Seems to me old Gerald Goines was set up the way he set people up. You know, hey, coming from the black community, Gerald Goines gets no sympathy. He was a dirty cop. So he's getting what he deserves. But, hey man, this really sounds like a setup. This lady makes fake 911 calls. Well, who put the case on Gerald Goines' desk? How did he even get involved in the case? Did he go and talk with this lady and she told him, hey, they have drugs and now my daughter's been at work, blah, 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 whatever she told him? I mean, did they have a conversation? And the cop, Stephen Bryant, he has a $5,000 bond. I mean, when I see him in the when they showed him leaving the courtroom or whatever, he doesn't look too worried. And is Gerald Goines the scapegoat? But as I say, it doesn't really matter because the guy was a bad cop. And too many times cops take the law into their own hands. And then a lot of times the judges and other cops back them up. The judge who signed off on these warrants, how many warrants has he signed off for Gerald Goines? One hand washes the other. I'm telling you, these cops and these judges are all in what you say, cahoots with each other. It's funny, all the people that Gerald Goines has got sent to prison and the people he has killed, I can just hear him when he gets to prison now. Ooh is right, and I just know they are going to be glad to see you. You lock people up all the time. You know how they feel about booty, so you better keep an eye on yours.